what's that? That is seed head. Wow. We're not discovering this live. I saw it earlier. I just wanted to show you guys something. So this is my American sorghum, right? This little patch here. It's a lovely little thing. As you can tell, it's really lean into the genetics, right? How it expresses itself. This is a good one. As you can see, hold on. There. Not very many leaves, right? Right? And you can tell, I noticed it today, it's starting to send up its offspring, That one over there is big, right? Big Bubba over there. He's got a tiny little stalk. Don't know if he'll make it. So this is, it's currently August 5th. I'm taking a small break from my examinations in the USDA seed banks. And, trying to get varieties, new stuff. To show you guys kind of what's been going on. Mind you, it's only been a few days since the other video, Not a long time, but definitely progress. Look at that. Amazing. This is my American sorghum. It's not a certain variety. I just went on Amazon and bought an organic white sorghum and threw the seeds out. Right? Wow, look at that okra over there. Okra's doing good. Getting bigger. That's what we like to see. But I noticed the difference, right? Let's take this right here. Look at that. That's how it's set up. Not a whole lot of vegetation, Not a whole lot of competition ability. I planted that like 53 days ago, okay? Maybe 50 days ago. So it's not like, super old. You know what I mean? It's doing really good. And I was like, wow, this is already presenting flowers, How come my African sorghum is not? And then upon further inspection, bam, look at that little guy. It is. It's just slow. And then I came over here and I saw something that blew my mind. It's doing so well. It wants to just burst open. Man. Look at that. It just wants to burst open. Oh, it's crazy. It's amazing. Oh man, these guys are getting big. And so I just wanted to go through while these mosquitoes are eating me alive, giving me malaria. Or Zika, or whatever it is. Whatever new tropical strain is here in America. I just wanted to go through stress, right? Look at that. Ugh. Stressful. Oh, stressful. These plants are stressed, man. But it's cool to see that they're still producing. Oh, I want to walk over there. That's the one problem about this system that I did here. You don't have to mimic the growth pattern in a big splotch. You can do it in rows, right? You can do it in rows. I just, life presented a avenue, so I walked down it, just like a river, right? A river goes where it goes. It doesn't really plan out its path, it just flows. And so, that's how it is. But I came over here, right? I mean, we've visited this before, right? You know what this is? This is the corn, right? This is my 100-day varieties. And you can tell, man. Look at that. Look at those big tassels there, right? Look at that. It's falling apart, it's dying, decaying, but man, it's a horrible mess from heavy winds and deer. Oh, it's coming along great. Look at that unboxing video we're gonna do. Oh man, so beautiful. You know, some back there too. We got some good unboxing videos coming up, man, I'll tell you. You know, but we just have to be patient. This is fine. You know, patience is good. There it is right there, man. Got a couple. I think those right there are my big horse spotted, possibly. We'll see. I mean, we'll see, man. But my big thing is, like, you know, these are really tall, right? I mean, these are tall, right? That's taller than me. I wish I was that tall. I'm that tall on Tinder. You know, a little joke. But let's go over here. I planted these, right? And I showed this to you guys. And look. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, here we go. Bam, that's a tassel. Hold on. These, right, are those. I thought by separating them and giving them another chance, and they grew this tall really quick. They did great. They started off fantastic. Well, how much of that is that the seed, right? Because the seeds were amazing. You know what I mean? Nice and plump, and you know, have great initial stores. All right, here they are here. Right? Let's look at this. I can hear it now. It was growing. Why'd you do that? Man. Because the plant was dying anyways. And this is for education, right? This is for education. You know, so it's starting to tassel. Wow, look at this. Look at that. There you go, you see it? Right there. Dang. Already presenting. This is not even 2 months old. Not even 2 months old yet. Look at that tassel, dude. Small little tassels. So this is an 80-day corn, and the genetics are phenomenal, but it was not bred for this. You know, the breeder did a phenomenal job. Legend. Not bred for this. You know, this is bred for surviving in areas that you can't grow corn in. Right? The areas that corn is a no-no. That's where this stuff grows. Right? But here, in our environment where things don't have a hard time growing, it struggles in this. Now, if I were to weed it and give it a little bit more nutrients, then yeah, it'd be fine, you know, but I'm not doing that. I'm not babying it. And so I'm showing you the difference, right? This sorghum up here, that's probably a 90-day sorghum. The sorghum up here, right? That sorghum is probably 110-day sorghum, right? This corn here is an 80-day corn. This corn here is a 100-day corn. And that's the whole point of this little video, is to show real world demonstration of how 20 days of vegetative growth before trying to start seed, right, can make a massive difference, right? Massive difference. And trust me, look how beautiful that is. Oh, that's so beautiful. The anthocyanin pigment in those corn leaves, beautiful. You see the cowpeas there doing great. Oh man, so gorgeous. I want that to be huge, and maybe one day it will be, but right now it is struggling, right? And I thought I'd do a little better here, but it is what it is. But I'm just trying to show you guys this to show that sometimes if you're trying to squeeze every you're trying to squeeze every second you can out of your garden by planting a longer term variety, it might be beneficial depending on where you're at. Now, if you're in an area where it gets little rain and, you know, it's hard for plants to survive, this right here is a no-brainer, you know. one like these are no-brainers, right? But when you're in an environment like mine, which has a lot of life, that's easy and abundant. Look at these beans. Look how bigger they're getting. They're getting bigger. Nice big beans. So when you're in an environment like this, where you have heavy vegetative growth, these faster varieties may not be the best. But if you're in an environment where it's harder to keep plants alive in because it doesn't rain as much, then these faster varieties may be mandatory because you're trying to hurry up as fast as you can to produce seeds. Look at this mung bean right here. Ah, so pretty. Ah, love these. Look at these chia. Man, look at those. Seed heads are fantastic. Wow. Northern adapted chia. Man, growing chia seeds in Kansas, man. This is great. Oh, I love this. Tell you it can't be done. Just be, don't let people tell you what to do. What you can and can't do, right? A lot of people say this is impossible, but it's happening. That was delicious. I picked some. Not from that one. See that curly dock? Just a couple days. Oh, it's so amazing. You just got to boil it. Boil it and mix it with other greens, like dandelion greens and bean leaves and squash leaves and okra leaves. Oh, man. Look at that. Big old leaves. Man, big old leaves. Let's go look at it. You know, why not? We're here. I'm getting malaria with you guys. Let's look at these mung beans, dude. They're almost to my waist. That one right there, almost to my waist. You know, again, I'm 5'10" and a half. You know, 6 foot on Tinder though. Just trying to keep things light, you know. Ugh. Poison ivy, don't touch it. Ugh. See, bugs eating this, amazing. They're not eating my crops. I mean, they are, but they're not like they could have been. Wow. I'm gonna get those pretty things. Let's go around. Sorry. Let's maneuver. All these dandelions. Oh man, they were delicious, dude. I'll tell you a little recipe. You know, I used to be in culinary, so I'm trying to bridge that gap out here. And so I took curly dock and I mixed it, you know, with some dandelion leaves. And then I added some plantain. And I boiled it for about 15-20 minutes, right, with a little bit of salt, just to rid itself of oxalates. And I dumped it. Ragweed. Don't eat that. And, you know, it just kind of, you know, it allowed me to be able to eat it safer, right? Which is great. We want safety. Safety is good. You know, ooh, wah, wah. And so, wah, 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 wah. Oh man, here we go. Fantastic, right? Well, now what's here? Wah, wah. What is this? What do we see? Some soybeans growing in the leaves. Soybeans. Shh, don't tell no one. Oh man, look at this big one right here. Right? Wow. Look at that. It's like, don't know if this is gonna make it, but man, what a specimen. What a specimen. Amazing. Oh, let's. Wow, here we go. Beautiful. Look at that. I'm just letting them grow. I want seeds. I might try one raw. Just get a mouthful of snot. Don't step on them. Don't step on the beans. The beans don't know what they're doing. They're just being in. Ooh, these are fuzzy wuzzy. Wow, fuzzy wuzzy. Beautiful. Oh, amazing. Oh, no. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Wow, lettuce. Yeah, not perfect. Of course, it's having problems. It's not used to this, you know? It's not used to this. But it was at one point, and that's the purpose. At one point, it was used to it. See if I can shortcut around here. I love you guys. Oh, whoa. Oh, beans. Last year, this was the poppin' place to be, but this year it's not doing too hot. Then again, I had different genetics too. I threw a lot here this year, and it kind of choked itself out. And so, yeah, that's the update. You know what I mean? That's sorghum. Beautiful, right? I want this to succeed so bad. It's not giving up. It's continuing. Every generation, it'll get better, right? But man, you know, just 20 days in its genetics, you know, right here, but just 20 more days in its genetics, right? Makes a big difference. A lot of these are tribal beans, so they're not gonna start sending out. They're gonna aggressively seed itself probably about a month. The last 2 months of the year, it'll keep going to quite a few heavy frosts. You know, here's some more beans. They're really sad, common beans, but these are cornfield beans. They grow a little bush, and then wrap around a stalk. But they are struggling, and so if they're struggling, I'm gonna think other. Look at this. No need to pay for seeds in your lawn. Just let it do it naturally. Just hide it. Hide it from the HOA. Hide it from the county. You know, look. Bugs need a place to live too. Dang, look how big that leaf is. That's a big one. These are edible. These leaves are edible. You know what I mean? Am I gonna eat them? No, because I want the seeds. I want the seeds, right? You know, I gotta donate them. Gotta donate these seeds so people can get them, right? But I'm just showing you my craziness, right? My wacky little ideas. And, you know, because people like guerrilla gardening, and this is it. This is guerrilla gardening, right? But I call it generational gardening because it's gonna outlive me. You know, just like Fukuoka, right? I mean, I didn't even know other people were doing this until I started discovering more about just regenerative measures. I found out people have been doing this way before me. I'm just a continuation of it. The thought. Now my method may be a little bit different, but man, I mean, you know, give me a couple years and it'll be something quite defined, you know. Oh, love this. Love it. Love it. Not ready to eat from it yet. I mean, I'll probably eat from the beans because I have so many of them. I mean, that's a given. This chia, I'll probably leave alone because I can buy chia for cheap, you know. That's what I'm saying. I can buy, you know, 3 pounds of chia for $10, you know, organic. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I were to eat this stuff, I would just be limiting how much I can trade, how much I can give, how much I can sell. So I personally, like when I get stuff, I'll try it, right? Like I got some winter peas that will actually survive winter. Up to zone 4, I think. And, you know, that means that when I sow them, they will overwinter with the rest of my winter crops. And they will, sorry, mosquito. I've been ignoring them mostly, but they're really getting to me. But, poor corn, you see that right there? Oh man, poor little buddy. Nature. This is nature. Except for leaving my house to go into the woods to see it. I invite it here. Oh man. But yeah, if I were to eat this stuff, that's the less I can trade. And I value the succession. You know, it's important. It's important. You know? So that's my biggest thing, is that, you know, 20 days, and when you're selecting this stuff, right? 20 days can be a make it or break it. You know? Yeah, that's a massive seed head, right? Sorry. Mosquitoes. They're really, ugh, it's like a buildup. You know what I mean? After about 200 bites you, you're like, okay. You want more? You got it. You got it. You got more. You know? So, oh, so happy with these. Oh, look at those seed heads. Yes, they're not as magnificent as the ones down south, but you know what? For being in a northern garden, especially with no really low to no input, really, you know, I'm really proud of my plants for overcoming, because the odds are stacked against them and people's expectations also. That's something people don't talk about. Oh, people don't like this. They don't want that to happen. They don't want you to succeed, because that means they could be wrong, and they like their stance as authority. And so this is bucking their system, even though it's not perfect. The fact that it exists means it challenges their narrative, and they don't like that. So they want it to stop, even though it's not that impressive yet. Fukuoka said it took 60 years to develop his system, to get all the crops he wanted to. Luckily, I choose grain crops and legume crops. They're, so much easier at this. You just got to find that right set of genetics, or have a couple years willing to spend doing this, you know. So anyways, that's it. That's my little spiel. Again, why pay for grass seed when you can just have it adapt with it, you know? You know, just if you can't do something like this, which you saw how much effort I had to take to go to there, right? You can just do it in rows with a little 3-foot break in between. 5-foot wide rows, 3-foot wide break, 5-foot, you know? That's right. You don't have to do it just like this. You can make it look a lot better if you wanted to, but it's the idea. We're trying to relate the mentality, the infectious mentality of things don't have to be perfect to work, because life's not perfect at all by any means, and control is not always good. Sometimes control is really bad, and because if you control the wrong way, then things can die, like, you know, how people breed crops to be very, very limited, and by doing so, destroying the genetics, and turns into a bottleneck, and now we got diseases threatening, you know, all of our main species we used to eat, right? Stuff like that, you know? Yeah. Gotta be crazy. Gotta be wild, you know? You know, this stuff existed way before us. We just said we like you. Come with us. Goodbye.